Hey, what's up guys? So I have been singing the praises of Sheik Mainland's Ultra Action series of model kits, and today we're taking a look at the Zarov M1. I have previously taken a look at the Zarov, so the main kit's going to be mostly the same, except this time I promised to actually put the skirt armor on the right way. Last time I had it backwards, sorry about that. But the Zarov M1 has basically more stuff in it, more weapons and equipment there in the box, which as you saw, if you saw my review or if you got the kit for yourself of the original Zarov, it had like a lot of option parts and weapons and stuff in there. This one has more stuff. So like I said, I really like this line just because they're a little bit more sort of like an HG compared to like a lot of the other third-party or indie mecha model kits that we get that are like larger or more complex. They're more like master grades or even more complex than that, or like real grades like the SNAA line, for example. But these are a bit simpler, which I kind of like, and I really like the designs of these ones as well. This one has a really cool design to it. So anyway, all that to say, I'm definitely looking forward to checking out this kit, and then they've got some really awesome kits on the way as well. Definitely check out some of the upcoming Sheik Mainland kits that are going to be coming out later this year, because there's some of the kits that I'm honestly looking forward to the most this year. Some really cool designs coming out, check those out. But anyway, for today's video, let's go ahead and get into the Zarov M1. Alright, so here, so for the box art on the front, you can see you've got this really nice illustration there of the Zarov, the Sheik Mainland logo, the UA or the Ultra Action series logo there, letting us know this is also in 1/44 scale. On the ends of the box, just going to be the same box art there and the Trooper logo. On the top of the box here, a bunch of text here in Chinese. I'm guessing that's just kind of like a background of like the story or something like that. I'm not sure, I have not translated that. Here on this side though, we've got just front and back what looks to be like just renders of that, but you can see it's got all this different like equipment and weapons and stuff on there, a whole bunch of accessories, and I think that's what's kind of gone over here, basically what's all included. And then the back box art is vertical here with some more images showing some of the different weapons. So it's got like the Panzerfaust grenade weapons, it's got the axe, it's got the rifle, and then like a few other things in there as well. So we've just got a bunch of options with this. So let's go ahead and pop it open and check out everything inside here. The instruction manual's got a pretty cool layout here on the front. It looks like that. If we open this up to the front inside page, this also looks like this could have been the front of the manual. Like if this would have just been folded over the other way, I wouldn't have been surprised if this was the front of the manual there like that, which once again has a little kind of story introduction. And interestingly, the images in the manual are all showing the different color versions. So there's a couple different color versions, and that is something that's been typical of this line. They always put out multiple different color versions, either 2 or 3 different color versions of each kit. So we've got the parts list on the opposite page, but then yeah, going back to the back side of the manual here, once again, you can see it's like blue with kind of orangish yellow accents is the other color version of the M1. So the color guide is going to be there like that. Basically, here's different colors for either version there. And for the most part, the rest of the manual here is just going to be all of the construction there in black and white, just using kind of blue and red highlights on some bits of the construction, just to kind of make sure that you're paying attention to like the connection points and things, just where to be cautious of. So all the construction there, like I said, these are kind of comparable to like HG kits essentially, so it's all pretty straightforward in terms of the construction. And before we get into the runners, here we do have some water slide decals and also this card. This is something we've seen with other releases, sort of like a stat card, and once again it's showing the blue version there for this kind of really cool little chibi artwork there of the Zarov and some more stats on that. But yeah, then our water slide decal here, it's basically just some of these like larger markings for that. So some nice marking options there that you've got. We've also got some hand option parts here molded in a kind of softer plastic there in gray for a few different hand options. And then some beam saber effect parts here molded in clear pink. Getting into the runners proper then here, starting off with not runner A, but in fact we're starting from runner B here, which is going to be some mechanical parts there in gray. Runner C is going to be in our main color for the armor, which is in this really nice dark green color for this version anyway. Like I said, it will be different if you have the blue version. Here's runner D for some more parts in dark green, and runner E as well. We do have 2 of that E runner, by the way. Runner F is here in white, but you can see we do have one part here which is pre-painted there in red for you. Runner G is in a much darker green color here, and then most everything else here is just going to be in gray for here. Runner H, like a lot of joint parts there. Same for runner I, it looks to be like basically our knee joint parts there. Runner J we have 2 of for some more joint parts here. Runner K we have 2 of, and this is basically going to be a lot of our weapons parts. There's some like joint parts and detail like armor mechanical parts. This parts for like the bottom of the feet and like that here, but it's going to be our weapons parts on here as well. And lastly, runner L, what looks to be like, I think these are parts for the backpack, a few more parts there in gray, and that's it. But some really nice detail on these, and that kind of goes for the kit overall. But let me go ahead and get it all put together and we'll check it out. Alright guys, now here is the kit all built up and loaded up. You know that normally when I like to start this part of the review, I don't like to have like all the weapons equipped on it all at once. I like to give you guys just kind of like the plain view of just the base kit. And this time is going to be a little bit different in that kind of one of the main features of this version of the kit is all the weapons and stuff that it has, with this not being the first version of the kit and definitely not being the first version of the kit that we've taken a look at here on the channel. So we have taken a look at this base model before, just that now we're seeing it in different colors and with different equipment on there. So that's kind of what we're going to focus on for the purposes of this review here today. Let's go ahead and get into it and take a look at everything that we've got included. And so yeah, most of our accessories are going to be on here with these extra ammo magazines that you have attached to the front skirts and back skirts. You have 4 of those, and you obviously don't have to use all 4. You could just only have them on the front skirts or only have them on the back skirts. It's just kind of up to you. With this particular set, you don't have anything else to put in these hard points on the front and back skirts if you wanted to put something else in there. And then for everything else, we basically just have double of what you see here on the kit. So you've got the rifle, but we do also have a second rifle. We've got the axe here mounted onto the back, but we also have a second axe, which is pretty simple, just a single piece there like that. We've got both of our 2 Panzerfaust grenades here attached to the back. You don't have 4 of those, so it's just 2 of those that you have, but we do have an extra of the attachment piece that's used to connect those there to the backpack like that. And then although the beam saber handles are stored here in like the back skirt, you can have those pulled out of there. Aside from those ones in the back skirt, you do also have a second set. So I've just got the extra set of beam saber handles here already connected with the beam saber effect parts, which are pretty nice there in clear pink. Other than that, for the shield here, if you did want to just have the shield held in hand, you can use this connection part here for that. It's the handle part for it. And then the shield just plugs onto the ball joint instead of it plugging onto the ball joint here on the side of the shoulder. So that just pops off of there easily enough. And then so if you had the shield held in the hand using that handle part, you're going to remove this ball joint connection piece and then just place this white piece there to cap that shoulder like you have for the other side. And then lastly, we do have our hand option parts here. So you have a set of closed fists, as well as obviously a set of weapon holding hands here and a set of outstretched open expressive hands here for both the left and the right side. So these could be used as like a rifle support hand or just like an open expressive hand like that, which are really nice. And the thing about these though is that they're all again molded in that kind of softer gray plastic. So while that's it technically for the accessories, and the instruction manual doesn't show you how to build this, but you do have leftover parts here to put together most of the original backpack, though there is going to be one thing missing with the original backpack. I believe it's got little thruster bells here on these back little bits that are supposed to be sticking out there. So unfortunately you don't have those, although those are pretty easy option parts to get just from other different sets. So you probably have some leftover parts. So if you wanted to make an additional backpack option for this, you just need those thruster bells. This part still opens up there on the top there like that. Pretty cool. So you could swap the backpack if you wanted, but this one's pretty nice, just being a little bit different design. And it's got the hard points on the side, obviously, for being able to mount these weapons onto there with these somewhat articulated mechanical arms there for the weapons. And if you'll recall from when I reviewed this kit the first time around, I had the skirting armor swapped around backwards on that. I think I've got it right this time. Other than that, the kit looks really nice. These parts here on the front of the shoulders are also going to be a little bit different with this version, so just something else to keep in mind. And so with that, why don't we just go ahead and jump right into taking a look at this kit in a few different poses. As for the articulation of it, as you'll see here, it is really nicely articulated for what is not a very large kit and a rather bulky kit. You would think that maybe some of that bulk would be getting in the way, but it actually has a really nice range of articulation here. Doesn't come with an action base, but you do have a standard 3mm hardpoint peg attachment point up underneath the waist section, so any like Bandai or Kotobukiya or whatever action base you've got, you can use with this without any issue. This is one of those kits that honestly looks great in just kind of standing poses just on the ground, just kind of maybe just because of the aesthetic of the design, but you can get it up onto an action base and it does look really nice there, being able to express a little bit more of that articulation there as well. So another really cool version of this kit. I really enjoy these kits from Sheik Mainland. This one in particular is really nice. Love the design of it. Super cool. Basically like sort of a kind of take on the Zaku design in a way, or maybe it's just the colors that are making me think that, but the color scheme is really nice on this too. That obviously being different from the tan colored version that I took a look at before, but the weaponry as well. So I mean, that's one thing to consider when, you know, deciding maybe which version of the kit you want to get. Aside from the weapon differences, I mentioned there's some different equipment that you have, like for connecting onto the fronts of the shoulders, front and back of the shoulders, the front and back of the skirt armor. So there's different things that the kits offer where the base main kit is going to basically be the same. It's just that they're going to come with a different loadout of weaponry. So, and with these kits being pretty affordable too, I would say it's definitely worth getting more than one, especially that way it just gives you even more weapon options that you've got. And of course, everything is going to be compatible, so you can mix and match. If you wanted to have, you know, give one kit some weapons from one set and vice versa, you can do that. So really cool stuff. Definitely enjoying this line a lot from Sheik Mainland. I'm looking forward to checking out some more. I actually have a couple that are in the queue that I'll be taking a look at in the near future. So definitely stay tuned for that. And let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Have you guys built any of these kits so far? What do you think of them? How do you find they compare to something like Gunpla or kits from other companies? There's not a whole lot of other like third-party companies like this that are making mecha models in this kind of size and complexity and design. I guess like the closest thing would be like the SNAA kits, but those have like a lot higher part count as well, and just like very different, you know, visual aesthetic to them. Those I would kind of compare something to more closer to like an RG. These I would compare more to like HGs, but I really enjoy them. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section, and if you want to check out some for yourself, of course you can do that at the link in the video description to USA Gundam Store. We've got a lot of great stuff there on the site from Sheik Mainland and other companies as well, so check all that out. And as always guys, thank you so much for checking out the video here today as well, leaving a like if you enjoyed it, making sure that you're subscribed if you're not yet subscribed, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Later.